This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Delighted to be joined by Mr. Kieran Conway, whose hair is looking rather slick at the moment.
I've just been training as well.
Oh, have you?
Only a little quick, explosive power session, so nothing too sweaty. So, yeah, not looking too bad, to be fair.
Looking all right, Kieran. Right, a little bit of a kind of whirlwind week for you in terms of, obviously, talks of, first of all, you against Jessie Vargas. That's not happening. We'll come on to that in a bit. But you are on the bill May the 8th for Saunders Canelo against Solomon Sissoko, which is still a tough fight. I mean, we'll go through, kind of compare what was going to be better for you, kind of if you were to win either of those fights. But just the disappointment of not fighting Jessie Vargas, Kieran.
Yeah, I was disappointed. I was ready, raring to go for that fight. Proper looking forward to it. I've seen it as the golden ticket kind of opportunity for me. Opened so much doors. I truly believed I was going to win as well. Going there with all intention to win. Weren't making up the numbers at all. Didn't see anything else but me winning that fight, because I'm just too big. I'm too big for him, to be honest. He's not really a super welterweight. I'm a big super welterweight. Only seen it going my way, and I was very disappointed when he pulled out, especially with 4 weeks left till we fly out or the fight. I thought it was a bit cheap, to be fair.
So, I mean, to your understanding, what was kind of the reason you were told that Vargas wasn't going to be fighting you? Was you given a specific reason, or not really?
I wasn't given any reason at all. I found out on Twitter that he pulled out, and then I've also seen multiple stories saying he wants a bigger fight, and he's boxing on a different date and things like this. But I've heard nothing except he's just not fighting me. Which, again, I think that's pretty cheap again. I think it's very cheap.
Okay, well, look, I mean, it is what it is in that situation, but I think the main aspect for you that you're still on the card, on a huge card that's literally going to have the world watching when Canelo takes on our Billy Joe Saunders. So, first of all, to be on a card like that must be kind of a huge kind of boost in your career.
Yeah. Being on that sort of card, it's a pinch yourself moment when you get told you're on a card like that. So still to have the opportunity to be on there after the A side pulled out, then it's good. It's good to be part of it. Really look forward to it. The big views, big crowd, different. I've never boxed in the US. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, it's a massive opportunity for me, and I need to take it.
Which brings us to the opponent, as we mentioned previously, Solomon Sissoko, which, I mean, some people may not know too much about, signed by 258 management, obviously with Anthony Joshua, etc. But how much of Sissoko have you seen, just in general?
Well, before we were scheduled to box in December, I didn't know who he was. I had to research him, look him up and everything like that. So since then, I've actually seen whatever's out there. I've looked everywhere to find as much as I can, to educate myself on him. And yeah, so now I've seen quite a bit of him, studying him day in, day out, which I think that I need to. He's a crafty, clever fighter, been in the Olympics, did his bit as an amateur. Big bit in the amateurs, but this is the pros now. So now I'm gonna show that I'm a level above in the pros.
I want to apologise to you here, because of course, prior to your fight with Macaulay McGowan, you were obviously meant to be fighting Sissoko, which I completely forgot when I asked you that question. So apologies about that. But yeah, obviously Sissoko's kind of been on your brain from back in December.
Yeah. Because I kind of assumed that this was going to come back around, because I think there was people like outside of my camp kind of saying that he's pulled out because he's scared and things like this. Whereas it was medical reasons, etc., etc. We all know the score. So I think that it was always going to come back around, so that because they want to do their bit to shut them up, kind of thing. And they're confident that Sissoko's top level fighter. So they need to prove themselves, and they're looking for me to do that.
I think my brain that week was completely frazzled by Macaulay McGowan running around all week. I completely in a nice way, Macaulay, if you're watching this, but I think I completely forgot that wasn't the originally scheduled fight. It was you and Sissoko, of course. What does a win over Sissoko do? Because he's highly regarded, especially in their camp, 258, very highly regarded. So what does a win over him do for your career?
I think in the close boxing world, it's gonna open a lot of people's eyes to see what I'm really about, see that I am actually what I say I am, and it'll open a few doors. But the people, like spectators and things like that, they don't know who Sissoko is really yet. I'm not sure why he's been a little bit hidden, I think, in France and everything. So in the boxing world, I think it's going to open up a few doors. Close people to boxing know who he is, know what he's done and things like that. And I truly believe I'll win this fight. And it'll be big afterwards. But I'm focused on what's in front of me for now.
Obviously, you are focusing on what's in front of you, but you know, there's still, when you return from Dallas, there is still a host of names in the division that you know, as you've been constantly linked with over the last year or so, and you fought some of them. But is there still a lot of unfinished business with some of the domestic opponents that you have been talked about fighting, aside from kind of the fight you're having on the 8th? Is there still some stuff that you want to do here with the likes of Cheeseman, Fowler, all these guys?
Yeah, of course. There's still unfinished business with me and Ted. I'd like to put it to bed. I'd like to get that fight done. I've been asking for it for a long time. So I'm not sure if it'll ever even happen. But we got a draw for a British title. I think it's only right to get that sorted, to be honest. He thinks he won. He seems to tell Sky Sports and everyone that he beat me. Well, I'd like to sort that. I think it's just a man's thing to do. Like, it's not sorted. Let's sort it. That's it. We'll get it done. So there's no more speculation. No more, I think this, I think that. Let's just get a winner.
Okay, but that's for another time. That's obviously for later on. You're fully focused on May the 8th. When do you travel to Dallas, Kieran?
Not going to lie, I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's the 1st or 2nd of May, probably, week before the fight. But yeah, just waiting on a few things.
Okay. And obviously, I'm assuming your management company, MTK, had a huge hand in kind of getting you on this card, first of all, whether it would have been Vargas or Sissoko. Yeah, I'm assuming they had a huge hand in that.
Yeah, I think I'm lucky that I've got such a good management team like MTK. I feel like in the background they're working continuously, constantly for me. I'm always getting updates, and I'm really happy with how my management are working, to be fair. It's really good. I can't thank them enough, to be fair. They got me on an AJ card. Now they got me on this one. What else can they do?
Yeah, whatever next. AJ Fury?
Yeah.
Who knows? Kieran, just a final one. Obviously, that fight night is headlined by, well, in some people's eyes, pound for pound, #1 in Canelo against our very own Billy Joe Saunders, who's been crying out for this fight for such a long time. He's finally got it, and he's finally on a stage there to show the world what he's really about. Can he do it?
Can he do it?
Can he do it?
Yeah, of course. Why not? Who's to say that he can't? And I think he's got a style that can triple Canelo. And I think that definitely early on, Billy Joe can rack up a lot of points. And that'll play in his favour later on when Canelo's trying to scrape them back.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think of all people that know what a task this is, it's Billy Joe, and he's the only one that has to firmly believe that he'll go out there and do that, which he truly does. But we all know this is going to be a difficult fight. You are talking about, like I said, in some people's eyes, the best fighter in the world in Canelo. But, you know, as I keep saying to people, Billy Joe is more than capable of pulling this off. So,
100%. With that sort of slippery style, it's hard to pin down, hard to get them, hard to get the time in. He's unpredictable. So I think it's really a 50-50 fight. I can't split it.
Well, you'll be there to watch the whole week unfold there. It should be an interesting week in Dallas for you. So wish you the best of luck with that. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we finish, Kieran?
Again, I would like to thank MTK themselves for everything that they've been doing behind the scenes, because they've done quite a lot for me, like with these two last shows especially, continuously giving me updates like I've been saying, and Matchroom themselves for letting me have the opportunities, and all my sponsors that everyone sees all the time on social media. I'd like to thank all of them too.
Wonderful. Well, I'm sure we'll catch up with you before May the 8th. Yeah, wishing you the best of luck in the rest of your camp.
Thank you very much. I will do.
And KUGAN CASSIUS here with Kieran Conway for IFL TV. Thank you very much.
Have a good one, mate.